All right, let's get going, you guys. What a gift and what an honor. I know several of you here are local and were a part of our event when Jory came into town, but I was thinking again this morning about the fact that I really never will allow anyone to talk negative about Plexus. And there's several reasons for that, but one is just I know who they are. And I know the hearts behind what we do. And it's like biting the hand that feeds you too, right? Like it's just silly. But time and time again, Plexus continues to prove who I already know them to be. And one of the best things that I've so appreciated is the way that corporate connects with the field, gets involved with the field, hears the field. And they've shown that even just recently by the way that they came into all these different cities throughout the states to really connect with our teams. And so having Jory here locally was such a gift. And it was a gift in the moment, but then seeing the ripple effect and the impact it has made on our team since then, there is fruit from that investment that has been so evident. So, Jory, I don't want to take any more time. I want you just to kind of go with this and share from your heart. We're just thankful. I know you have a busy day. So, for you to step away and spend time with us this afternoon means the world.
Well, you guys, first of all, there's no better way than to spend the first of the month with you. And like it was really, really nice when I started to see your faces and see you guys pop onto this call and be like, oh my gosh, I remember talking to you, Danielle. And oh my gosh, Brianna, you rank advanced. You are an all-star. You are an absolute rock star. Like it is just so much fun going around and seeing Morgan and wanting to give her a great big hug. And Krista, I'm like, you're amazing. And where's your husband? Because he's amazing. But just it's the community and it's the people and it's the relationships. And that's what Plexus is. And we had a really great time together and it was a lot of fun to really just talk about doing one more and really what is the one extra thing that you're able to do that's really going to help impact your life in whatever capacity it is. And in addition to that, I think that there's certain times in the year where the timing and the opportunity come together at one and something really special happens. And I just wanted to jump on here with you today because the timing and the opportunity is right now. This entire year has been amazing, and we're coming off an incredible September and October. But you guys, right now, we're not going to get this again. We're not going to get this month again. And the opportunity that's on the table to really go above and beyond and really share Plexus, not only from a health standpoint, but from a wealth standpoint, it gives me chills because it's like we talk about building a legacy business, and every once in a while you get a little bit of an extra opportunity to go above and beyond and really two times the size of your business or 10 times the size of your business. And this is that month. So as you're sitting here and you're looking at where you are, it could be continuing to do your one thing every single day that's going to continue to compound and help you move forward. And it could be the right time with everything that's on the table to really sit down and mobilize and think this is going to be the biggest, the baddest, the best month I have ever had in Plexus. And you wonder, well, why? And you think, oh, here's this guy, here's Jory again. He's talking all these big things and he's coming in with all this energy. But literally, there is something in it for everyone. And when I say that, it could be reaching back to a VIP customer that is or never was interested in building the business and coming through and saying, hey, look, I know you're not interested in building the business, but I did want to reach out to you because I know we've talked about one or two or three other people that you may know who want to get started. I would be remiss not to share with you that we can get them started for a free reset, $89 value when they get started with a triplex. Want to make sure and reach out to them and help them get started. And you know what's really cool is if you actually help three or four heading into 2025 through the holidays, I can actually help you get your products paid for. What if we just at least get your products paid for? So there's just something in it for everybody this month. There's a free reset for every single new VIP who gets started with 100 PV, and they even get a $10 credit next month when they place their second order, all the way to rewarding your extra time for going above and beyond and just building your business with cash for the holidays. If you enroll four, you get $200. If you enroll eight, you get an extra you get an extra $400 for a total of 600. Imagine if you just started today and you enrolled for the first time today with Plexus and you came straight out of the gate and you said, what do I need to do? If you helped four, if you helped eight, what would that check look like for you this month on top of what you're already going to get? But more importantly, who can you help this month earn that extra cash for the holidays? Because if you help anyone find, literally eight who get started with a free reset and a triplex, you're going to help them earn an extra $600. And those who just enrolled got a free reset. So everything kind of comes together, all supporting the compensation plan and you continuing to grow your business, bring in new shoppers into your organization, and really start to set up your 2025 because you want to build it brick by brick by brick by brick. And so when you start to also look at all the other things that are on the table, celebration and recognition is key. And all that can be done by going on a cruise for anybody who gets started and gets those double BBBs for upgrading to brand ambassador and working towards that 4 and 8 for the cash for the holidays. So it's just so much on the table, but if you just really peel things back, it's all about reaching out to those 5 to 10 people earlier on in the month and be like, you know what? The timing could be right for you to get started with your gut health, but also start looking at your wealth for 2025 and pairing those two together and really setting you up for success. So it's a massive month ahead. I hope you can feel the excitement, and it's not excitement, it's backed up by delivering some actual tangible offers to support you in sharing Plexus gut health to really set you up for success this month and get out of the gate early. So I'm excited for everybody. Krista, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you. And I know you're heading back over to a meeting, so feel free to do whatever you need to do. But thank you so much. I know Morgan mentioned she can take it off from here.
Awesome.
I love it. Well, Jory, even you coming here was just such a huge catalyst for so many people. So thank you for taking the time even to circle back with us. And I hope that you guys feel the backing from corporate. I've never seen anything like it, and how they want us to succeed has been such a beautiful thing. And I just want to grab a hold of each one of you and be like, do you know what we have this month? Like, I can't even believe it. And Krista posted on our team page at some point today all of the things going on. And I'm just like sitting here like, really? Like, we have Plexus perks, we have give back and big. And how they're still doing the give 10. They extended the holiday cash. Oh, but wait, there's more. You get a free reset. You still have rank rewards. They're still doing the fast start program. There's still a cruise contest on the table. There is so much going on. So if you can grab a hold of that and help share that with other people, I'm like, yes, please. $600 right before Christmas. Yes, please. I want to lose weight and maintain the weight through the holidays. Yes, please. I want to get on a cruise, right? How can we get this vision out into as many hands as we can? Here's the thing. I see people come in here and they have more of a single individual mindset. And I want to shift that mindset into not going alone, not only for yourself, but for every person that you're helping come into here. Don't just tell them they can add a bunch of people, but they can also help other people, and the ripple effect will be unmatched. Like, I feel like we're going to have attainable goals. We talked about that briefly on 10 10 10. What is your attainable goal? I think an attainable goal is to help 4 people this month. Every single person on this call, I believe that you can help 4 people. Okay. I want you to help each of those people get 4 people. Attainable, at least one of those people. Surely 1 out of 4 can find 4 people, earn the Christmas cash. Everybody's getting a free reset. Everybody can do the reset together. Like, don't worry, we're already planning. When's our reset challenge coming? But you're an entrepreneur.
You can host a reset challenge on your own, and really good customer care and where retention is at is when you take them by the hand and you're like, hey, let's do this together. A small group of 10 who's like, hey, did you drink your pink drink? You didn't eat anything, did you? How was that energy bar? You didn't like it? It's fine. At least you got to choose something today. Like, be as nonchalant, relational as possible. It's more fun that way. You can give your own giveaway away as well. Sometimes we can get into the mindset of like, well, but I don't, I'm not making any money. Okay, here's another entrepreneurship tip. I, in the beginning, didn't want to invest in things. Ooh, you should invest in your business. And now I have a completely different mindset. However, I did invest. Here's what I did. I knew that if somebody joined, I was getting a welcome pack bonus, right? So when I was giving back to someone, it was never over what I was going to make. And really, I still made money. So you're not losing money. If you're giving somebody a $10 Starbucks gift card, $10 rebate, $10 Amazon gift card, you name it, you're making over that. If you're giving a $15 frother, you're making over that. So when you think of incentives, don't think they have to be like these lofty things. And spoiler alert, there's already a whole lot of incentives on the table. You don't need to sweeten the pot. But no, if I cannot stress this enough, you have a business for yourself. You're not by yourself. You have systems, you have people you can reach out to. YouTube has a plethora of trainings that you can dig into, watch the training, and apply it. Here's something I've been chewing on. When we were at a conference this past weekend, the pastor was talking to his leadership team. And he said something, and I grabbed a hold of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could totally apply that to Plexus. So I'm not quoting him exactly, but I have taken his quote, and I'm like, this applies. If you want to go fast in your business, or you want others to take off, go alone. But if you want to go far and sustain your results, go together. You need people, and the ripple effect is going to go farther and wider when you're going together. Not everyone is going to do this, but some will. And what they need is the vision and the belief from you. They need you to go onto the team page, to know what the incentives are, and to break it down plain and simple. I'm not going to go to people and be like, hey, you can earn a cruise. Hey, do you want a free reset? Hey, do you want $600? I'm going to start simple and be like, oh my goodness, now is the best time to join. Did you know that you could get one of those combos and you're going to get a free reset? A free reset. Do you want to do a reset challenge with me? Like that simple. I'm going to start there. Then we're going to build on that. Most of them are going to say, absolutely, I want a free reset. That's amazing. Guess what? You're actually more successful if you have people in your circle doing it with you. Don't worry, I'm going to be doing this thing with you. But do you have is your husband want to do it with you? What about a friend? What about a colleague? Let's get a group of people to do it together. It's way more fun with friends. You're going to earn some cash back, and we're going to do this thing together. Okay. And then I'm going to build on that. Oh, I don't know if anybody would try it. Boom. There is an objection that you get to build belief in. If you stop there, it's over. But every response is your indicator light of this is what I need to speak into. There's going to be objections. There's going to be no's. But that is your oh, that tank needs a little more full of belief because they don't believe anybody wants this. But I already know people will do it. People can afford it. They just have to prioritize it. So every time you hear an answer, you get to dig into that. Check yourself. Did a light just go off and you're like, ooh, I kind of believe that one. Okay, there's a little something there. Build that belief in you. Because when you overcome that obstacle in yourself, then you're going to be able to rattle things off in others. I'll end with, I had this conversation with my daughter in the car. It was so funny. She was like, Mom, we were at an event the other day and this person was telling me what they were going through. And I was like, you just need plexus. And I was like, oh, where was this? Was this at church? Like trying to dig into where she was talking to somebody. She could rattle off what plexus does for someone, why they should order it, and was ready to have a full-blown conversation. Like, she was like, you just need to reach out to my mom. Like, you can do this. And when she was talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, she just proved that one, anyone can do this. And two, you just need exposure. She's like, I know what Plexus does for you because I listen to you tell people it all day. Hey guys, guess how I learned the business? I listened to Krista answer questions. Three-way messages are so powerful because one, it gives more credibility from somebody who's been doing it longer. They can answer all the questions. They can really even seal the deal for you, but you're learning along the way. So it's like, I do it, then we do it together, and then you get to do it. And then you get to duplicate that down in your downline. I literally feel like I just heard some of you say, like, well, people don't want to be put in three ways. Maybe you're putting them in a three-way the wrong way. It was never weird. It was like, hey girl, I've actually just started Plexus. I don't even really know what it's all about, but my friend Krista had a radical transformation and she knows a lot about gut health. Or natural supplements. That's what I would always say. She knows a lot about natural supplements. So I'm going to throw you into that. I like just had Flintstone vitamins, but she's been taking supplements for a while. So I'm going to let her answer your questions. Nobody ever said, no, don't put me in a three-way. It wasn't weird. So don't make it weird. Don't make it official. I feel like we get into these things of like, you have to be like this weird salesperson. No, actually the most successful people make it less weird. And it's okay if your kids are right there or your kids are involved or you're in the car and you're like, hey, hold on 1 second. You don't have to be super professional, but you do have to have a heart to care and to share. Here's another thing you have to have, coachability. And I want to highlight Brianna Hughes. Girl, I'm going to put you on the spot here for a minute and I'll ask you a couple questions if you're okay. But she, one, set a goal for the month before last and did not reach her goal, and she was so close. So she had an opportunity right then to make a choice. Does she get discouraged or does she say, no, I'm going to press in and push past those obstacles and go even harder or tweak some things? What's not working? What can I do better? And I'm going to tell you what, she asked me so many good questions and applied what I told her to do right away. She has at least 2 business builders now. They went far beyond senior gold. She didn't just like barely get senior gold. I was actually kind of wondering, Brianna, last night, I'm like, she's probably going to surprise and go ruby. Like her team was just like, added another one, added another one. I might add 3 more people. Maybe I'm like, whoa, like what is going on? I literally like calculated senior to ruby. I'm like, they're kind of getting close. Like you literally rocked last month. And can I just like jump into your brain for a minute? And what do you feel like the biggest shift was? And any tips you have? I can ask you questions as you talk, but whatever comes up first and foremost, way to go. You earned all the
Thanks.
things. And I'm excited to hear from you.
Yeah. So honestly, like when Jory was here back in the beginning of September, he came up to me and Danielle both, and he was like, I truly believe you two can do this. Like you can hit the top of the company. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's sort of what everyone says. So cool. But then Morgan came up and then Krista came up, like all 3 of them separately, sort of telling us the same thing. And I'm like, man, why do we not believe it for ourselves? Like, even if we do, like, even if we know like it's possible, like obviously we see people close to us who are doing it, but I'm like, that just seems so far away. And for those who don't know, I've been trying to hit senior gold since like last July, right? It's been like forever. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just never happening. But it did. And then last month, so from August to September, wait, are my months right? Yeah, from August to September, my team grew 100 points. There was someone on my team who I had been talking to about the business for like a year and would sort of just get like cold shouldered, right? Like not interested. She wasn't even really consistent with her own supplements, but I knew she could do it. So I just kept circling back around, like circling back around. She finally decided to be consistent. And when she listens to this, she's going to be like, oh, dang, Brie, you called me out. But she finally was consistent, seen a huge change in her health. And then I was like, you can earn the cruise. Like, do you want to do this? And I've earned the trip. So it's easier for me to say, like, I've done it, you can do it, but they really are simple. Like if you're willing to do the work, they seriously are so simple to earn. I won't say easy, but just apply what you know and what you've learned to earn it. So anyways, she was like, she ended up earning it. She ended up going gold. And then I had another person who decided to be a business builder. So really just like continuously like posting about the business online. Like I do post about products all the time as well. But I really try to focus in on the business because like when I first joined, I went straight for the business. I wasn't one that like Morgan didn't have to hassle me to start. There was no like question. Like I just went right for it. Um, so it was easier. It's to me, I'm like, man, everyone should do this, right? Like, why are you guys not taking advantage of this? It's not difficult, but not everyone thinks like me, apparently. Um, so um, I ended up growing by 100 points between August to September, and we ended at no, I'm sorry, at 217. And I was so, so, so close. And I remember like October 1st, I was like, dang, man, like back to the drawing board, right? So like we just start all over. But I just continuously like told everyone on my team, like, all right, let's set a goal for each of you and like let's get to it, right? Like let's achieve that goal. And even if you fall short a little bit, like you, as long as you put forth the effort and obviously tried, that's something to be celebrated for, right? Like 5 point growth is still point growth. So, and then I hit senior gold last Sunday. And then I ended up, I got to like, I think it's like after everything actually goes through, it should be like around 310 or something. So I ended up almost adding another 100 points. Oh, what's up, Bella? So I ended up adding almost another 100 points. So within the past 2 months, like a 200 point growth. So my goal this morning, I got up earlier than what I normally do. And I went straight to the site, right? I went to the incentives and I was looking for what this month had to offer because I kept seeing everyone post about how great it was going to be. So I went ahead, looked over there and was reaching out to people on my team, like telling them, like getting them excited. Last month we decided I wanted to do a reset. So I was like, I'm going to get some girls on my team and let's do a reset challenge, right? Like I just put it together myself. We're starting it next week. So we were reaching out to people about the reset challenge that we're going to be doing. And I was like, some people didn't get their orders in by obviously last night. So I was like, great, we chatted about this reset. Now let's all do it. And it's free, right? Like you can still work on your health goals and now you get it for free. So it's awesome. But really, I went ahead and like got with everyone to see what their goals were for the month already this morning. And they've all told me. So I'm like telling them what their points may be broken down to daily, like really just trying to baby step with people to get them to where they want to be, which will also obviously help me hit my goal because this month we're just going to go for Ruby. Praise of the Lord. All right, any questions?
I love that. Well, I just have to let you know that I was kind of like snickering inside when you and Danielle started posting about a reset challenge. I'm like, oh my gosh. So one, thank you, Holy Spirit, for your geniusness. You're ahead of the game, but your team is set up for posting about the reset. Like bring people, everybody who's doing the reset, have them bring them along the journey because then their results will speak for themselves and other people are like, I want that reset. You just lost 6 pounds, help me lose 6 pounds. You feel amazing, you have better energy. So whatever wins they're having, but you set yourself up amazing. And I loved what you said because you were like, you were pretty sure senior gold wasn't going to happen. And then it went to a point where belief shifted and you're like, wait, if Jory thinks this, Morgan thinks this, Krista thinks this, I can do it. So it was that belief shift that started first that then kicked you into the action that you needed for that momentum. I love that. I'm just kind of like pulling out the nuggets of what you said because I'm like, this is really your journey is so, so insightful for everybody here because regardless of if you're brand new or you've been around for a while, like you can see you came in, you're like, let's do this business. I don't need any help. And you're a self-starter. I was like that too. I remember having to have a shift of like, everything's there for you. Why don't people just do it? Well, some people need more motivation or they're not here for that. So Leah, we didn't think she wanted to do the business, right? But she wanted to help people and started sharing because she liked the supplements. She's a nurse. And then an organic business builder came from that. So what does that show you? Don't count anybody out. Like, and this girl didn't just like, even when I think she was going senior, silver, or gold, you're like, I don't know if she like wants the money or the business part. But then it's like,
Yeah.
this girl earned a cruise. She earned the Christmas retreat. She went gold once she saw what she was getting, plus her passion for helping people was what like pushed her forward. I don't have any major questions. Krista, does anything come to your mind?
I don't have any questions just the power of a story. You know, Brianna, your story speaks volumes because of the journey that you've navigated, the timeline that you've navigated. I think so often we can get discouraged in different parts of our journeys, or if the goal isn't being achieved in the timeline that we think it would. Did you guys hear Brianna say when she really wanted to hit senior gold? What was the date that you said? Last July? Like,
Yes, because I went gold super fast. So I was
yeah,
like, all right, I'll be emerald by Christmas. What are we
yeah, yeah.
doing here? And that did not happen.
Yeah. I think that's huge. And doesn't that speak to your hearts, y'all? But it wasn't fun for her in the meantime, was it?
No.
You've got to own your journey. You have to own your journey and write it down and journal it out, because you're literally going to tell the story and you're going to keep telling the story, you know. But like every time I go on and speak for other teams, what am I telling them? I'm telling them my journey. And it was the nuggets that were gleaned throughout that storyline, right? That inspires, and other people, like, they hear themselves in the storyline. So if I could just encourage you guys, own your story, own it, the ups and the downs, and then what you're learning while you go through it, right? Because that's what the Lord cares about the most, is our hearts. And so allowing the process to guide and to teach us, and we get to like bring in that self-awareness piece to become better in the whole process, and that is worth its weight in gold. Congratulations, girlfriend. I mean, watching your journey has just been such a delight. Truly, we're very, very proud of you. I wrote down a few more things here as we wrap up. Um, I love that Morgan mentioned that you don't have to be professional. You guys, it's so important. And beyond, like, just even for your own sake, just to remove any pressure on you, is the fact that everyone that is in the three-way chats, or, you know, they're a part of it, you want them to watch what you're doing and say, if she can do this, I can do it too. I enjoy telling people I don't have all the answers. I enjoy that they're going to hear me make a mistake and keep going, or sneeze or cough, and like not have to start the whole message over because I'm like, oh no, I like sneeze. Nope, they're going to hear me sneeze or giggle, or talk to a kid, or do the laundry in the background. I want them to hear me and be like, sheesh, if she can do this, I can totally do it too. But I remember the pressure I felt in the beginning to like, that it's quiet around me and that it makes sense and it's clean and professional. And there were times I would like do the 1 minute clip like 5 different times. I would just erase it. I had to like practice, can I erase it if I do it wrong? And I figured out I could, because I just like I overthought it. Do it wrong. Like, it's normal when you're having a conversation with someone in person. You don't get a do-over, do you? You're not able to say like, oh, erase, hang on, let me re-enter the room and try that sentence over again. So just be yourself and own it and enjoy that. It's just be personable. It's true about three-way chats. You don't even have to ask, you know, don't make it weird. Just throw them on in. Brianna just had a three-way chat. Was that not successful? I think it was on my end. Do you want to
Yeah,
chime in on that?
no, it
Speak
was.
to that.
What'd you say?
Go ahead and speak to that. What happened with that situation?
Oh, yeah. So we had been struggling, and I had spoke with Morgan a little bit too about it. Like, we were in a three-way chat with one of the girls on my team, just trying to like troubleshoot what was going on. And we were both like, man, I really don't know. I don't have any more answers. So Morgan was like, Krista is full of knowledge. Put her in there. And so I did. And literally Krista broke it down Barney style for us to understand like what was going on. And there was just honestly like questions that were never asked on my part to figure out why she was experiencing some of these symptoms that she was. And I think it truly built her belief too, because the morning of, she was like, honestly, I think I'm just going to cancel. Like, I feel miserable. I don't want to do this. And I was like, let's just give it a try. Let's get in a chat with Krista. Like, I promise you, she knows so much more than I do. And let's see what she says. And I ended up actually sending her those the magnesium that you had talked to. I was like, let me just get this for you, because like I know you're miserable, and I don't want you to be, you know. So like, sort of to speak back what Morgan said, like investing a little bit for someone else can go so much further than what we ever know. And like, I ended up spending a little more on her than, you know, the average person as far as like gift giving, I guess you would say. But um it was worth it, because she was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and order again this month, and then I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to listen to what Krista said, do what you guys are telling me. Like, I really want to be healed from the issues that she had. So it's definitely worth it. And it wasn't weird or awkward. So
Yeah, it was beautiful. And by the end, not only was she ready to order again, she was ready to try 2 more products from Plexus.
yeah,
We were
yeah.
the multivitamin, the collagen.
Yeah, and I had given her some samples already of the active. That's like one of my biggest things that I do if you guys ever send out samples, active, because people love it and it works so well.
Yes. Good job. It's so true. So true.
I just want to
Go
point out,
ahead.
did you catch that in between?
Mhm.
Bree had reached out to me. We were in a three-way and I felt a standstill. Like I asked what I knew to ask, but then I was like, I know that there's something here. Krista can help you troubleshoot better. Let's reach out to her. And so know that there are so many resources, but it's why three-way information is so important, right? We're trying to get to the issue. And Chris and I have a fundamental belief this can work for anyone. So we have questions, we ask them, but they have to troubleshoot with their body and they have to stay consistent. So feel free to do those things and to tap into that. You don't have to know everything. And that I am proof of that, right? I'm a sapphire here and I still don't know everything. I won't ever know everything. And I know Crystal will say the same thing, but digging into the layers of the troubleshooting or knowing, hey, it's okay if we have the wrong product, or it's okay if we need to bring something else in. This isn't the end all be all, but it's a beautiful tool to help get us to where we need to go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. The last couple of things that I wrote down here. Did anyone raise your hand if you have your video on or your camera on? Did you have people last month that are like, yeah, I'm ready to join, and you sent them your link and they didn't join? So normal, isn't it? I love when people message me that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's so normal. You want to see my list in the notes of my phone? I've sent it probably to several of you right here on this Zoom. Here is my list of everyone who has my link. They just haven't joined yet. So once again, just like Jory mentioned, Brianna, timing's everything, isn't it? But they're exactly who will be hearing from me today. I've already looked at the day and I'm like, when can I schedule us some time where I can talk with Chad? He can cover the kids, give me 30 minutes even, and I can go back through those people and be like, guess what? Guess what? This is such a perfect thing that you ended up not joining last month. Today's the day you get a free reset, right? And so start there. But remember, with everybody, just having that confidence, have that confidence when it comes to ranking up. I'm going to be a senior gold. I don't know the timing, maybe. I can guess. I'm going to give my best effort, but I am going to reach it. I am going to be a diamond. I may not fully get the exact date right on when that's going to occur, but I have confidence it's going to happen. These people, they're going to join me. Everyone's going to join me, right? I may not know the exact timing, but they're going to join. I'm going to continue loving them, building relationship, and you're building from that foundation of belief, just as was mentioned earlier. Jory mentioned that the timing is now, and it is true. You watch for these seasons, like we were talking about last month with the surfer and the surfboard, right? And they're watching to like catch a wave. I have noticed for this is coming up on my 10, this will be my 9th like fall to look at. Okay. So I'm just about at the 10-year mark with Plexus, but the 9th fall season that I've been building this business. And I've watched as some years October is the month, some years November is the month. I hit Ruby in a November, like incentive month. I hit Emerald in an October. But I've seen where one or the other can be really big, and sometimes it's both. But watching the incentives get released, I'm like, it's one of those months where you just might as well grab hold of it and give it everything you've got. The timing is now, but is the timing now for you? You're going to have to decide. There are going to be times where you're like, man, this is set up to really crush it. And I have to also be aware that my month in my like daily life is not fully set up to all the way crush it. Like I've had seasons like that where I'm going to maximize it as best I can, but whatever, like you just had a baby, right? I remember the month I had Selah, it was a little bit different, right? Like there's all different things. So you have to recognize the timing is now, but you've got to know in your belly, is the timing now for you? Do you feel it? And if you don't, can you assess why? Is it the Lord saying it's not the timing? Are you not feeling that release from the Lord because of things that he's addressing right now? Is it fears or insecurities, right? Like, what is that, to really kind of hone in on it? Because at the end of the day, it will be your hunger this month that determines your portion. Every month, whether I've hit a goal or didn't hit a goal, hunger determines portion. Same thing when we go to make a plate, right? Our dinners, we no longer put the food on the table because our family is so big. It just takes forever to get all the different dishes to go around to all of us. And so it's pretty much buffet style every evening in our home. And you can watch as my different kids will put different portions on their plate depending on their hunger, right? My bigger kids get very large portions, and Selah eats till wings. Like, it's just like, what is that? How are you even full on this? You know, their portions are very different based on their hunger. What was very key, if I look at the month I went ruby in the fall season like this, the month I went emerald in a fall season like this, it was some hunger. I know even Morgan and I were talking about this earlier this month, where I would go line by line on my back office. I'd print that sucker out, and it was pages, right? I'd go line by line, person by person, determining, like, have I done all? Have I like lifted every stone? Have I left no stone unturned? Have I offered the opportunity to her? Have I asked her to gather a couple of friends and go meet me at a coffee shop so we can just talk about it in person? Have I asked her to host a sip and see? Have I asked her to make a referral post? Have I encouraged her to do her own post? Like, have I left no stone unturned? And it was this hunger that was uncontrollable of like, person by person, making sure I had done all. Having done all to stand, stand. At the end of the month, you want to know that whatever the goal, the dream is that the Lord places in your heart today, as you sit before Him and you're praying and you're setting your goal, my whiteboard's right here, putting your goal up before you, right? Make it plain on tablets. Make sure you can see it and it's tangible. You can mark it off. There's science that proves the effectiveness of this, but the Bible does too, right? So putting that before you at the end of the month, just like we tell our children, did you at least give it your best effort? Right? At the end of the month, I want you to be able to say that you were hungry, you went after that portion, you gave it all that you could. Having done all to stand, you can stand. If you crush it, amazing. If all you did is you did all, like you stewarded it well, right? Then you have reason to rejoice, and you know that the timing's just going to get tweaked just a little bit, right? But given what Plexus has set up, I'm staring two different goals right now in the face, navigating timing. I really wanted both of them last month. I really want them both this month, but I'm also holding it open-handedly before the Lord, discerning timing. And in the meantime, gonna give it my all that I can do in this season. Are you with me in that? What a joy it is that we get to do this together. Know that you can reach out anytime if anything tries to tell you differently and you're like, no, they're busy. I don't want to bother my uplines in a three-way conversation, or I don't want to reach out for coaching. Ignore that. That's not from us or the Lord. It's a joy. It's a joy to coach you. It's a joy to come alongside you. It's why we do what we do, is to ensure there's people behind us seeing the same fruit in their lives. And we're eager to run with you this month. It's going to be amazing. Can I close us in prayer, and then we'll get back to our goals and families? I got kids homeschooling with daddy downstairs, so we're going to go back to long vowels and short vowels because dad's like, I don't know that. I don't know what that is. So Lord, I just thank you so much for what you're doing on this team, not only in our businesses, but in our hearts. And I just pray, Lord, as each team member here and those that even will watch this later, as they're searching their own hearts and asking for your heart, Lord, that you would make it clear what your plans are and your desires are as we navigate all the things in the stewardship of relationships, some of us of jobs, of families, marriages. In the stewardship of it all, may we do it well and in a way that pleases you and honors you, and that represents you well on this earth, on social media, and in this industry, Lord. I thank you for your heart. Thank you for all that you're teaching us. I thank you that your leadership is truly so perfect and that we can lean on you for understanding and guidance. We thank you for your wisdom and your direction as we go after this month, Lord, and for your grace in Jesus' name. Amen. I love you guys. We'll catch y'all soon.